Hello, sir. Jain, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. You are audible, sir.
Yeah, check. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, sir. You are audible, sir. Thank you very much for joining, sir. Firstly, it's an honor to host you on this channel, and the insights you will be providing on SSB preparation, on officer mindset, on everything you have done so far will be of great value for the aspirants who are following us. So let's keep this session very light, very informal, and try to have candid conversations. I'll try to disturb you more by asking a lot of inquisitive questions, so please don't
Oh,
mind,
don't
sir.
worry.
Right, sir.
Yeah,
Sir,
please.
let's go back in time and see what you were like when you were preparing for SSB. So, how did it all start, sir? When did you decide you want to join the forces, and how did you prepare for your own SSB? And how was that journey like before joining academy, sir?
Thanks a ton firstly to invite me on your platform,
Sir,
and I keep watching your reels and type of what are the things you are uploading is certainly helping a lot of people, and
sir.
you are doing wonderful job as far as creating more leaders and toward the nation building. My
Sir.
compliment to you, right?
Thanks a lot, sir. Means a lot.
Yeah. And now you see that your question to what exactly the preparation I had done.
Sir,
To be very honest, I lived a life of a raw rustic.
sir,
Before joining army, until date I am following the same style. I never took any kind of formal training, but at the same time I was absolutely very focused, and the friend circle which I had, they were certainly from the army background. That
sir,
is one. Secondly, I knew that this is the profession I want to join right from the beginning, from the school days. You can say it is a love. Now, what happened? See, I started molding and started transforming soul and started recognizing my shortcomings,
sir,
right? And in that, I realized that this is what exactly I have to do. And to be very honest, I was an art student. The foremost hurdle like I was facing was how to clear my academic gap. And
sir,
being an art student, mathematics was something very tricky situation for me.
sir,
Anyway, so suddenly, with the help of my engineering classmates, those who are studying in my school days time, I took their help to clear, took a tuition from them. Okay,
sir,
let's not
sir,
talk about the written exam.
sir,
I come straight to the SSB.
sir,
Well, I got through in the first attempt only,
sir,
and my mentor was my dad, and that too from a civil background, a civil engineer.
sir,
You see, I like to share one aspect with the people or the viewers who are watching this. SSB is the easiest or the quickest. Let me tell
sir,
you very clearly. If you are getting bogged down with the various type of a stuff or watching some type of YouTube channels or kind of a reference of books, I thought that let me not get into all this superficial stuff, what exactly the people are preaching.
sir,
In one of your recent reel, I'm in agreement.
sir,
The people whosoever is going for or whosoever is going for SSB, they start interacting with the people, those who have cleared SSB.
sir,
But at the same time, they forget the person who has claimed their SSB or his SSB, her SSB, is from a different background, different likings, different stock points, or whatever you call it,
correct, sir.
their answer has to be different.
Hmm.
So what is more important, what I'm trying to bring out, raw rustic when I say, is the one precondition. There
Sure.
is one precondition. And the second thing is, which I like to say, that the application of the mind.
Sir,
Application of the mind is, you cannot say, yeah, I will say that individual.
hmm.
What step will come first,
Sir,
second, third, and the logical, approach to tackling the problem.
correct, sir.
So, the third thing is the logical I've spoken about.
Sir,
Then the fourth thing is positive bet of mind. You see, you are going to join army as a military leader. Okay. And military leader work is to save lives, or it is a kind of a war zone they are entering, and they are commanding the men. And the people are looking for that kind of a potential in you. If tomorrow when you rise to that level, do you have that much courage to take quick decisions and firmness and adaptability and determination and vision? So many things that OIK, when we talk about, this is all these things revolve around it. My profession, yes, I definitely started reading lots of journals to update my general knowledge. And I was absolutely very clear, whatever I'm going to speak about, I'm going to justify it. I will not speak just heck of it. Okay, which game do you play? Randomly as a football, thereafter, you're out, you're blank. When you're cross-watching. And let me tell you, the people whosoever are sitting there, they are masters, all three are psychologists, whether GDO, president, or the psychologist, whosoever is making you to write certain things on the piece of paper.
Sir.
Okay.
Right, sir. Sir, so that is how you prepared and you got recommended in your first attempt itself. And how was training, sir? Do you have any anecdotes of training, any funny incidents, any incidents where you felt you are made for this? Just say while preparing for SSB, we don't realize the life we are signing up for. So was there any cultural shock when you entered academy, or was there any experience which you found very unique in academy, which felt like, yes, I've finally arrived, I've finally reached the place I was meant to be? ऐसे कभी लगा, sir, during training?
Yeah. During training, every day used to be very funny. Let me tell you, when you land up, in fact, when you must have realized when you joined,
Sir. Yes, sir.
yeah, every day is a challenge. Every minute is something funny stuff is happening. Core issue, or rather the sole aim of the training was to create the best out of you.
Sir.
Whether if they have to task you, the first day, first incident, I was standing very smartly with a tie and a kind of a trouser and shirt and all that.
Sir.
The senior came, he said, okay, catch. He gave me 25 paisa coin. I got it. The market is 30, shopping could be 30 minutes. Go and get that. Okay, very funny. Yeah, I'm not a slave and all that. You know, like,
Sir.
what? Hey, he said, just run. 30 minutes, means 30 minutes. So I ran, I came back. I was sweating in my back, the so-called neat and clean shirt and all that.
Sir.
And the sweat was dripping. Then, that was the third term.
Sir.
The second term, then he came. Said, why were you laughing? You have to cut your smile and death. Right?
Sir.
He said, let me tell you, on the very first day, there is something behind. That man is taking out the best out of you. And that's why he make you, first they make you on ground, dismantle you, and then start assembling you. That is the beauty of a military training.
Sir.
So this is what the first incident. Thereafter, slowly, we became a kind of gentleman cadet. Definitely, they used to call us, but we were very naughty creatures. We knew everything, how to manage the things, how to manage the time, and that to combine as a teamwork. And that is one of the biggest, the quality is seen in whenever you go. The teamwork part I'm talking about.
Yes,
so there are a couple of incidents, and we, it's something like he became a wrangler and never used to get caught. Very smartly used to move out of the side. But let me tell you, there is no shortcut to whenever there was some type of a serious military training was conducted. There is, if you are doing it, that means you are harming your future, and certainly there are a lot of lives depend on it.
Sir.
Yeah.
That's very inspiring, sir. And I can relate to academy stories very much because I think training has not changed over many, many decades. Even if we talk about any academy training, we'll have similar stories to tell because that culture has been maintained across all generations. And any officer who goes through military training, especially in the army, will have very similar stories to share. And it feels, I mean, it's so many
Exactly.
decades past
You
you now,
see,
but
I tell you, from college,
sir,
you know, and and they are kind of they generally have some people
sir,
different type of reputation, and the parents are also fed up. We are in Sudhra Cafe.
sir,
And what exactly happened in those 1.5 years in
sir,
Indian military academy, or 9 months in OTA, or 4 years NDA plus IMA,
sir,
like the person when they pass out, they are thoroughly gentlemen.
sir.
The nation is totally banking on them as for the whenever they go for any kind of W of military.
Sir, sir, post this, you joined infantry and later opted for NSG. So, a very interesting question I got from one of the students. What is the difference between a regular officer and a commando, sir? Because these days, a lot of aspirants are opting for NSG, para special forces, and other special forces in the Navy and the Air Force, and they are dreaming for it. It is not like they have opted and they have cleared the stages of selection, but they are very motivated looking at all the veterans talking about their operations, about the commando lifestyle. So many people are choosing that as their dream service. So, what do you think is the difference between another regular officer and a commando, sir? What are the things that separate commando mindset from others?
I certainly reply in little more delivery form,
Sir,
but before that, I like army and or planning. Let me tell you, it is all the wings, all the branches of our great Indian Army which we fight together,
sir,
whether it is services, whether it is ordnance, ASC, EME, engineers, or armored artillery. The war is never fought in isolation.
correct,
That
sir.
is one. And history is an evidence that the best of the wars were won, and history was created by our great infantry battalions.
Sir,
111 Gurkhas, 13 Kamau, 14 Kamau, and 13 Jackraff,
sir,
Captain Vikram Batra, Major Manoj Pandey, and there's so many war heroes. They
sir,
all they all were infantryans.
sir,
So I got ऐसा नहीं है that I am creating a kind of a that lobby. No,
sir,
I'm trying to tell. Yes, the first and the foremost become a good cadet, become a good soldier, and thereafter during the course of the training, when you assess your own potential, whether you're fit enough to go for special forces or infantry or armored or whatever the branch, that is a deciding fact.
sir,
Everything looks very classy or flashy from a distance,
sir,
but and anything with audience. That is a psychological factor. But at the same time, we must not forget the bravery of those who have laid down their life, whether they were infantry or in whichever round. Now come
true, sir.
back to your actual question.
Sir.
So I was deviated a little bit.
Yes, sir.
That difference. There is a totally a red thin line. I will say there is no major difference. However, the thin line is drawn. So if I talk about the special forces people, though I served in a black hat commandos,
Sir.
and our psychology test was conducted when I remember when I was doing preparation. We were versed, and even in special forces preparation also, each team member, whether it is a Jawan, DCO, officer, their Raza Mandi is taken before accepting you for the battalion.
Sir.
Okay. The first and foremost thing is like special forces guys give more stress to the consciousness,
Sir.
a bit little to ego. In the ego, in a positive side, that is, they never give up but make up. Okay? And resilience, if I talk about, their capacity to endure the thing is slightly higher.
Sir.
Endurance, when I talk about. And another major factor is the team spirit. They are accepted. They are absolutely tested very well. Whereas, when I talk about a soldier from the conventional services,
Sir.
arms, right? I'm not saying they are little of a low key. No, no. They follow the set standard which is laid down.
Sir.
As you know it, when the infantry go for the assault, it is not straight away to go for it. They
Yes.
assemble somewhere, form up, and then they go to the assault line. That is a set template which is given.
Correct,
The
sir.
time plan is chalked out. Fire plan is chalked out. You see, and they are
Yes.
banking on each other.
Hmm.
Whereas the special forces people, they operate in small team.
Sir.
Their methodology is totally, and it demands so, is totally unorthodox and unconventional.
Sir.
Anything can happen. Anything can happen behind enemy lines, and for that they have to be prepared.
Sir.
And to get prepared, they have to be master of all the things, whether it is dealing with the civilian out there behind enemy lines or extracting the information, surveillance. So whatever the method they feel that will come handy, they choose. So that is their approach.
Right, sir.
Another second part is, I all the time say, physical is not the only aspect. If we say, yo, this guy is a John Rambo, he is fit to join. A physical fitness will come automatically,
Sir.
but what will not come is this.
Yes, sir.
It has to be here.
Sir.
And let me tell you, I know people from special forces, and rather when I was commanding the squadron in Black Hat Commandos, there were boys who were absolutely of a very, you can say, marginal physical outlooks.
Sir.
5'7", 5'8", height, lean, whereas the people are having a kind of a this thing in their mind, no, a muscular, no sir. It is not that. The person with the 6 feet height may have a certain hang-up. The person with a 5'7", 5'8" may have a kind of a daring outlook toward the life. He will be a flea follower or a deep sea diver and a kind of a real ruthless fighter.
Sir.
You require certainly a kind of a person who is absolutely have got a capacity to adapt everything in a shortest possible time. That is the major difference in both
Got it, sir.
yeah.
But so the advice would be to not dream about any particular armor service at this stage. First, join as a cadet, explore your capacities, see what you are made of, and later, when you are confident about your potential to have such a lifestyle, that is all the aspects that you explained now, then opt for special forces. So, going on to my next question, this is a little tricky to ask, but I'll try to put it in whatever right way I can. Sir, we talk about officer-like qualities and the 15 OLQs which the SSB looks for, and a lot of other qualities as well which are not listed down. So, have you seen any real-life examples in your own service where these qualities have manifested themselves and shown in reality? Just say in any operation where effective intelligence was used or stamina was used. Can you give me with example on why these qualities are tested during SSB, why they are relevant to service, and how you have seen those qualities being exhibited by officers senior to you, junior to you, your course mates, and why those qualities are important, why those 15, and how people can inculcate them.
Definitely, like it was every day. Rather, I am saying or being a veteran and
Yes.
still is using those qualities.
Sir,
Rather, I polish them. You
sir.
know, I categorize these qualities and then start correlating one by one.
Hmm.
And I will go a little faster.
Yes, yes, sir.
That is, first I talk about the mind.
Hmm.
When we talk about the mind, we have got effective intelligence, reasoning ability, or organizing ability, and power to analyze.
Sir,
Now I tell you, correlate with my career.
sir.
Most of the time, I like to share, I take pride in this also. Recently, or rather yesterday only, I come back from Kashmir Valley.
Sir,
Purpose of my visiting to Kashmir Valley was to visit to all those places where I carried out counter-terrorist operations.
sir.
And out of 33 glorious years of my career, I spent 22 decades rather in combating terrorism.
Sir.
Now, when I talk about the analyzing or reasoning effective intelligence, militancy is certainly cannot be controlled by merely deploying larger forces.
Sir.
It is again brain work of the company commando whosoever there. And this is why I'm saying the SSB is designed in that manner, whether he has got that kind of a reasoning or analyzing power, how it happened. In one of my tenure somewhere in Kashmir Valley,
Sir.
in North Kashmir, we started watching the movements or the inputs of the militants. Thereafter, we started analyzing it, grasping the intelligence, analyzing it, evaluating it, thereafter making our plans, not a one plan, plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D, and this is what exactly the GTO when you are going for individual task or a group task.
Sir.
So in that kind of a operation, a broad daylight, when we were firm, yes, and after getting the human end and the intelligence from other resources, we started getting lots of input. And one fine day, when we were convinced, yes, this is what exactly our operation, and we launched ourselves. So this is what I correlate. And thereafter, the second aspect, I talk about your stamina part, endurance part. Once you are gone inside the target zone, you have to be mentally as well as physically extremely robust. You cannot, there is no looking back thereafter. Once you are lost, lost. If you are going with a half mind while negotiating any obstacle in even GTO task, and the same thing if you do in the target zone, I think you're halfway, the place in Indian Army is not there for you.
Sir.
So you have to be very firm about it. That is second thing which I like to highlight to my viewers. And then thereafter, you have to be absolutely very much sure about whatever the decision you are taking, confident. And that confidence comes with the training. When I say in army training, and here when you're preparing yourself for the SSB, it's just something same thing, right? And when you are going, there can be a chances that whatever you thought, you may not get it. So adaptability, and thereafter saying your plan B and converting into the different templates straight away.
Sure.
So these are the things which I like to highlight. And One more aspect, all plans always or remain in a dormant if you are not able or to convey your mind to others or the capacity to convince others.
Yes.
What I'm trying to say to the viewers, if as a military leader you are not able to express yourself or speak your mind, heart, your troops, whosoever are coming along with you in the combat zone, will definitely remain in kind of a dilemma.
Yes.
There will be some kind of a haze that leads to casualty, and that is what exactly again seen in SSB during I'm correlating
Hmm.
group discussions and when you are speaking within the group.
Yes.
So these are the qualities I have gone randomly. That is, I'm talking about OLQ. Why they check it up?
Yes. Sir, any aspirant who comes up with these common doubts like how do I prepare for SSB, where do I start from? Even I give very similar advice on first analyze where you are strong and where you are weak because they have a set template. They need a certain kind of officer who has all these qualities in abundance. So now you need to analyze in you whether you have those qualities in the required amounts. And if you feel there are certain qualities lacking in you, you start working on those qualities. So instead, what many people are doing these days is they are practicing for the tasks. They say in the psychology tests, they need to write stories. So they look at some ideal stories which are written by recommended people or some officer had told these are qualities which they check for. So they try to forcefully fit those qualities into stories and make it a very presentable story. Or they do similar things across all the tests in the personal interview and in GTO. So they are not showing their original qualities or behavior, but rather trying to behave as if they are having all the qualities required and trying to get through the SSB, get recommended. So, what is your advice for such people, and what is the right way to inculcate those qualities through daily routines? Sir?
Certainly like to ask one thing. Tell him for the charging port.
Yes.
Your question. There are certain children or candidates who really don't require any kind of preparation because they have spent their entire,
Yes.
like childhood or the college, whatever it is. If they go raw rustic, that is fine.
Right.
Even tempering your psychology is again not a good thing.
Correct. Sir.
Okay. The people, they say, ki, sir, don't worry, I'll go to some academy for 15 days and I will take a coaching. Let me pass my written exam. No, sir. You are then in living in some different world.
Yes.
15 days will not really prepare you. That's absolutely I'm telling you. And what is more essential is that transformation, which may take months or which may take year. As I said it, when I was preparing for my SSB, I kept myself in that era or in that environment, that surrounding, I started inculcating those qualities automatically. Somebody say, sir, whenever a negative word come in my mind, in front of me, I think negative only. Why? When you were born, when you were 5 years old, you used to smile, your parents used to smile, and suddenly at the age of 16, what has gone wrong with you? The reason is
Sir.
the mobile has or the technology has overwhelmed you.
Sir.
You have started going toward the superficial thing. You lost your own originality actually. Like in our time, mobiles were not there honestly. We had that kind of a childhood. I'm telling you, we were the last, though that type of generation who really rubbed up ourselves in the field, in the open, in the nature.
Sir.
Let me ask the viewers, how many of you have seen the sunrise? How many of you have spoken to yourself in kind of a little isolation? How many of you are in capacity to express yourself in 30 seconds clearly? If the answer is no, then I must say kindly You start preparing yourself. There you need a transformation. And how that transformation? This you need to have a right mentor. You cannot really assess your own qualities. You are nobody. The person who has got selected, the person who has got rejected are really not aware what exactly has happened to them. It is they were assessed by three psychologists. How the transformation occurs. I give you one example.
Sir.
We have got say a pet at home. We whistle, that pet comes, we offer a biscuit, and we tell, okay, shake hand. He does. Four times, right? Thereafter, we stop giving biscuit to that pet, and whenever we whistle, he comes and wave the tail. This is called as social conditioning. You
Sir.
need to design your mind here.
Sir.
That's a transformation. You start looking toward the life in a positive form. Why SSB is so complicated? I just want to know why we can't think positively.
Sir.
Why we can't think logically.
Sir.
Why we have complicated our life. Right?
Sir.
So what is most important is your surrounding, your outlook, your way of thinking. If you are thinking negative, then you require 6 to 7 months to transform yourself. That's extremely important. Start reading good books, start reading good newspaper. The most important part is communication skill, the English part, and thereafter come the application of mind, logical, and whatever I have said it.
Sir.
And the only good thing you should be doing, that start accepting yourself first.
Sir.
So when I say start accepting yourself, I am the best, my parents are the best, my friends are the best, my room is the best, my colony, my country. When you start accepting, you are stepping into positive aura.
Sir.
If you start accepting the things, the best in yourself, then the world will certainly accept you. When you say, there is something, I ask somebody, okay, brief me about yourself. And for 1 minute, in 1 minute rather.
Sir.
That person started, sir, actually when I went there, when boy goes to a girl for the matrimonial purpose, the girl dresses up smartly, she cooks the best of the dish and present to the boy, and same as vice versa.
Sir.
I have not asked you shortcomings. You're meeting for the first time. You're telling, sir, this thing happened to me. That means you're carrying some type of a stigma in your mind.
Sir.
Why? Why? Well, no one is perfect. Even I am not perfect. I am 98% imperfect man, but 2% quality which God has given me, I have polished. That is what exactly I am trying to bring out to my viewers. You must know your shortcomings. If you have come to know about your shortcomings, then you should have a ability to overcome them also.
Sir.
Otherwise, and when somebody talk about your good qualities, you must justify. The other person is going to test you,
Sir.
cross-check you. Whatever you are writing in a biodata, don't write randomly. If your father's salary is 5,000, write 5,000. Take pride in it. That's why I said, my parents are the best. Okay. So that is what exactly I am trying to bring out. So transformation is the major aspect, and the day you realize your own worth, your own qualities, I think you have done half the preparation.
Yeah. Makes sense, sir. To summarize, first, find out about yourself, accept who you are, and wherever the shortcomings are, try to work on them sincerely. And it will take a long time. Do not rely on shortcuts, or do not listen to people who have got recommended, or do not try to replicate their performance. Instead, own up your own journey and transform yourself to the level they look for, and just be yourself during the SSB. And if you have all the qualities, if you have worked on yourself sincerely over the past few months or years, then naturally you should get recommended. And these are for people who need transformation. some people have lived a lifestyle which suits the military requirements from their childhood. They have inculcated those qualities of an officer from their childhood naturally. So for them, no special preparation is required. They can just go behave naturally and just get recommended without a lot of difficulty.
Exactly.
Sir, I think a small point for me to add here is the problem with youngsters these days is there's a lot of distractions, sir. I know that during your times there were no smartphones, there were very little distractions, and you had a lot of time to uh, have interactions with friends, have real conversations with yourself, sit down at peace and analyze your own life, try to improve yourself. But it has become a Instagram reel and YouTube short generation, sir, where everything is changing every 5 seconds, every 10 seconds. कोई वीडियो अगर नहीं पसंद आया तो 5 सेकंड में वो माइंड डिस्ट्रैक्ट हो जाती है एंड नेक्स्ट on those they have got addicted to those short dopamine hits, which is harmful in the long run, but they are enjoying it during that present moment. So that needs to change. And another thing is there has been an abundance of
Charging.
information, sir. In fact, too much of information spread on the internet about what SSB is, what all tests happen there, and how an ideal candidate would perform in each test. So candidates, after getting these pieces of information, are trying to just put them together and replicate that performance instead of actually thinking of why those tests were designed, what qualities are they looking for, why those qualities are important, and do I have them in me. Instead of thinking those real inputs or questions, they are depending on what tasks are conducted. They are preparing for SSB like any other conventional exam. कि ये question से ये answers है, ये लिखूंगा तो full numbers आ जाएंगे. They are trying to have the same mindset in SSB, which I think needs to change. And I'm trying to spread that awareness only through all my reels and live sessions. I hope people understand this, sir.
You know that they absolutely need to live the raw, rustic life.
Yeah.
You cannot forget the basics. The basics are the way you are born, that certain qualities are God gifted, certain things which you have to really grasp and really bring a brilliant change in you.
Sir.
You know, forces are certainly looking for those type of qualities where the man is going totally with an open heart. That kind of a courage and adaptability, whatever we have spoken about, that OLQ.
Yeah.
Imagine yourself when you rise to the level that general and they in front of a kind of a digital screen and he's taking fraction of, in within fraction second, he's taking decision. 10,000 men can be moved to from this location to this location. He have worked out the appreciation, analyze the reaction of the enemy. And this is what exactly the GTO and the president for them.
Right, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, you also mentioned about living a raw, rustic life multiple times. I'm interested in your lifestyle, sir. You go on mountains, jungles frequently and make videos on survival there. I think there is a lot of learning from the outdoors, which youngsters these days are missing. Because I have experienced it myself. I go on treks very frequently. I also act as an assistant trek leader in this organization called India Hikes. So
Okay.
I've seen a lot of good qualities being inculcated better in the outdoors, जैसे team building or physical courage or even mental and physical stamina. These qualities cannot be taught indoors. You need to get out in the open, explore yourself, and be there in the nature to gain these qualities. So, what have you seen? What qualities can be inculcated in an aspirant by being in the outdoors, and what are some basic things which a typical urban brought-up kid, let's say a boy or girl from Bangalore, Delhi, Mumbai, what can they do to get onto the outdoors and inculcate these qualities in themselves, especially from an SSB point of view?
Yes. In most of the public speaking, I always say, nature is my mentor.
Sir,
I can prove it.
sir,
Whatever the things which we learn in our army, you can see the monkey crawl, for example.
sir,
We followed monkeys and all that, you know.
correct,
When I talk about the wolf, they remarkably lead their packs.
sir,
When I talk about tiger, they are so majestic and they really have got such a kind of a quality that is, I talk about the strategy,
Yes.
how to ambush, how to lure this thing their prey in that particular area. Now, your question is how to inculcate
Yes.
this quality from the SSB point of view. Do you require a formal platform to go for any type of adventure?
Not really,
You
sir.
just lift a rucksack, go up for hiking yourself. Now, now, from SSB point of view, first day you have forgotten some kind of a first aid.
Hmm.
First and second day when you go, you may forget a kind of a additional ration or the mandatory item like rope or a knife or light or something, the math box. These are the small things which will give you a kind of a how you're planning for your adventure. When you step out in
Yes.
a team, thereafter you realize that one of your team member is lagging behind or having some type of injury. How are you going to deal with this? These are the things actually will happen in combat zone, and these are the situation will be painted to the candidates in SSB.
Yes.
I'm a 57 plus. Till date, I'm a ultra marathoner.
Yes.
I have participated in endurance run. Once in a month, I go for a mountain this thing run that is around 10 to 12 kilometer or sometimes 10 miles. Every day I run 10 kilometers.
Yes.
Recently, I participated in a one endurance run called Yodha Run,
Yes.
which is very famous in all our India.
Correct, sir.
And basically, to prove myself that I'm fit enough to become a director of one another endurance for which I was earmarked.
Yes.
Now, who has stopped me? No one has stopped.
Yes.
And how I developed this habit, my career has actually given me, or my organization, or rather, I was from by design, rather, I must say, when I was young officer or before becoming officer or in the college, I started going for these type of adventure activities.
Hmm.
And now is the time I started polishing them.
Sir.
Now I started becoming master. I rather got a real great opportunity to be a probation officer during Black Hat Commandos, commando instructor. I went for mountain warfare course, expedition with the foreign teams. But my start was very small.
Yes.
Riding bicycles for miles together, going to some riverside, enjoying nature,
Yes.
going with the team, rubbing my shoulder with my team, coming to the real ground and facing how, when I go there, what kind of a difficulties I'm facing.
Yes.
More closer you go to Mother Earth, you are becoming more humble. There you will find a sudden transformation. And let me tell you, when you go for any type of a expedition, mountaineering expedition, and when you come back, your outlook toward the life will be totally different.
Very true, sir. I've experienced it every time.
Yes.
So the key takeaway is for aspirants to go out at least once in a month, at least once in 2 months, go out on a trek, on a tour with friends, or get out of your regular life, of your comfort zone, and explore something, explore good places, explore nature. That's the best teacher, and you call nature your mentor all the time. So it's very true, sir. I've experienced transformation in myself whenever I go outdoors. So I frequently make it a point to either go on endurance runs or to go on treks. These are my latest favorites as well. So I'll be participating in this year's Ironman, sir. I'm hoping to come in the cutoff time, but I've just started training, so I'm hoping it goes well. And treks I've done quite a few. And I told you I'm about to join a
Yes.
mountaineering course as well soon. So
Yes.
I think that will help, and it's my own transformation, and try to analyze how things are happening and try to pass on the same learnings to youngsters who will be appearing for SSBs. So that's the motive, sir.
One thing this part.
Sir,
When we talk about the routine,
sir.
am I audible? Am
Yes,
I
sir. Yes,
audible?
sir. Audible. Yes, sir.
Okay. Again, to my viewers, people they say, sir, one person he said came to me, sir, I want to come and meet you. Meka, why? Just a question.
Sir,
Yes, sir, I want to gain experience. But listen, you have gained some experience, then come to me.
sir.
I cannot create experience for you.
Correct.
Kehta, sir, how can I make myself so much motivated? Or how should I generate motivation in myself? Because you don't have to. You be disciplined, you will automatically will be motivated.
Correct, sir.
The person who is disciplined in their life is motivated. And discipline is equal to consistency plus intensity.
Sir,
The degree of difficulty you keep increasing.
sir.
Every day I challenge my own self. What may come? And another aspect which I like to tell my friends, please get up, see sunrise, see the bird flying to particular direction.
Sir.
And you know why I said so? The birds are so disciplined, they fly toward the light only.
Sir.
You just watch.
Sir.
Make your bed. Go and touch the plants because these same are living beings.
Correct.
I led one delegation to Vietnam and there I saw one lady holding a flower. I asked, ma'am, what are you doing? She said, I'm re-editing my life.
Oh,
Most of our, like I'm not blaming anyone,
sir.
they re-edit their life with the help of this.
Very true, sir.
No.
Sir.
If you say everything AI can do, I'm telling you, blocking your original or fertility of your mind.
Sir.
Don't bank too much. If you are finding your solution in AI, you are harming yourself and then lessen the chances for you to qualify the SSB.
Very true, sir. Sir, I think
Rustic people from the village backgrounds with a good communication skill, I have seen them qualifying or clear attempt.
true, sir, because they have led the life of actual rigor and they have inculcated those qualities throughout their childhood, and they have suddenly not decided that they should become an officer and then start superficial preparations. Very true. But some advantages with urban kids is that they've got good education, they have their communication skills, they have their basic qualities which manifest in the indoors sorted, but they are not having the outdoorish qualities which are their physical courage, their ability to lead a group, ability to have that confidence while in danger. So those have to obviously be inculcated through practice, and that is where people are lacking. And I also think, sir, people grossly underestimate the power of consistency and discipline. You mentioned those
Yeah.
qualities as well, because they expect quick results, and when they do not find results during the initial part, especially, they give up and they start either blaming themselves for not being able to maintain that discipline, or they question the system itself because I put my hard work but still didn't get results. So they underestimate the importance of staying in it for the long run.
One very simple thing, which very simply I just try. I will explain in 1 minute only.
Yes, sir.
We don't. You don't have any hobby, no problems. You're not good in studies, no problems at all. You're lazy, again, no problem. But justify it.
Sir.
If you are able to justify why you don't play games, I'm happy. The psychologist will be happy. When you are not playing games, then what will you do? What were you doing? If you say, sir, I am good in studies, he says, yes. इतनी पढ़ाई तो अच्छी की ना इसने. So he's convinced that if he's given a kind of a exposure, in outdoors, he will do it. But he's honest. He's admitting, right? If somebody says, sir, I don't have hobbies and all that, he says, fine, yaar. It's not really necessary. आज की जिंदगी में there are lot many children who are from rural background. They're not getting that type of a time at home. You know, like to afford that quality time for their hobbies. It's okay. They'll say कि सर मेरा रोज जिंदगी का रूटीन ऐसा है कि that I'm not able to focus and concentrate. Justify it, please. That is the. She met in an SSB. She said, sir, my hobby is looking after the cattle at home. The interviewing officer said, okay, what are the various type of breeds? She justified what kind of disease, what type of that feed you give. That is a kind of a hobby.
Sure.
Hobby is not a fancy, a pen, paper, you know, your parents buying some type of a classy stuff for you and spending 1,000, then only I will have hobby. Your hobby can be sitting idly and thinking. That can also be hobby.
Sure.
But you need to be totally justifying your each answer.
Sure.
And interviewing officer or GTO is definitely looking into that. Before you speak, you are thinking also. It is not that question is planted and you just vomit it out. He will say, yeah, they are mugged up, phota mar gaya.
Yes.
Your presence of mind, awareness, what is happening in your town, in your country, in your colony, who lives you 100 meters away from your home, though that question he asked, and he himself doesn't know that interview officer कि वाकई में 100 मीटर पे वो लड़का रह रहा होगा, but the candidate said so and so, he got convinced. Then barrage of questions, like in 10th class, who was your favorite teacher, what favorite subject, how many friends, when you came to the college, right, and you, what subject you had, who was your best friend, why that person was your best friend, and now he said, okay, reply. Now he is looking in the candidate, whether he is going in the same sequence, he has grasped my questions, and he is moving his presence of mind. And he remembers it.
Sure.
In fact, there is no harm if you know the answer, and at that juncture, general knowledge ka, you forget. You ask the interviewing officer, sir, sorry, I have just kept out of mind. Give me 3 choices, I will be able to answer. And honestly, I did this in my assessment.
Sure.
Can you believe it? The interviewing officer asked me, who is the chief of army staff? I forgot.
Sure.
Kata, are you slightly excited? I accepted my yes. Kata, okay, relax, yeah. I will not ask you this question. But also, you ask me this question now. You give me 3 choices. What I have shown to the interviewing officer, I have overcome my excitement, and I have given him an answer. I will reply back this answer. I'm determined. So, go normal. The way you conduct. Don't be superficial.
Yes.
But what is more important is your presence of mind, your good communications, and pleasing personality. Just honestly speaking, I'm trying to create a spark in you. I really want to create a spark. That's why I'm using such words. I really want those words should go deep inside your heart and mind and soul. That's the only purpose of mine. Transformation will occur in you. No man on this earth I will never ever accept this party cannot be changed. You can be changed. Provided you start now only. Identify yourself. You will create your own identity. How will you like it when your father is going of so and so who has done this? That's your identity. And for that, interviewing officer, GTO, they will accept it that you are just 21-year-old child or youth, right? Your maturity level is this much only.
Sir.
They are not looking for a 35 years type of a maturity. But what is expected in you at the age of 21, mentally alert, awareness, happy child in you. Happy child, please. Your face tells a lot of things to the person when you sit, especially the person who is psychologist.
Sir.
Yeah.
Very true, sir. Sir, on the other side, I have also found a few candidates who are really good, who have all the qualities required. They have led a very good life. They have great profile on paper, but due to desperation to get recommended, they go there and because of that pressure in them, कि कैसे भी करके I should get recommended, they perform in a way that tries to impress the officers and they lose their originality in that process. And also a few candidates who give in to that pressure and fumble just because they are having that in mind कि किसी भी तरह I have to make this my last attempt and get recommended. So what is your advice for such people, sir, who have all good qualities but they are not behaving in a calm, natural way in their SSBs? What should they do to overcome this?
It's, basically, military leader need to be absolutely very balanced.
Yeah.
Very, very balanced. You cannot be totally impatient or you are desperate. A desperate leader in any organization always leading their team to disaster. So that is again not the type of thing our armed forces is looking for. Cool down, calm down, go slow, go with the flow. Accept that yes, I think I need to go slow this time. If the psychologist asks you, is there something in your mind, be open to that person. He says, I think I got those qualities and I am determined that I will make it and I really want to prove it. I'm definitely looking for a great opportunity. And my humble request, if he says like this, that I want to really see myself in an olive green, and that too without showing amount of desperation actually, I think he's through.
Sure.
Again, two words I'll say, raw and rustic.
Yes.
Raw and rustic.
Yes.
You cannot be aristocratic.
Yes.
You cannot be desperate. Raw and rustic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sir, I think I've run out of questions to ask. I wish I can continue this podcast for another hour, but it's time for, I had asked you only for 1 hour and I don't want to extend it further. Thank you very much for doing this, sir. Firstly, I learned a lot and I'm sure all the audience who watch this live, and this will be recorded and uploaded as well. So anyone who watches it later also would gain a lot of value from everything that you've spoken. Each word was absolutely true and very, very precious. Thank you very much, sir, for taking time.
Last 1 minute I just take from
Yes,
you.
yes, sir. Please,
Last
sir.
minute.
Sir.
To my friends, to the viewers, you are dynamic.
Yes.
And my best wishes with you. Remember, go beyond your own horizon. Self-acceptance. The words like challenges, fear are imported. They are not our connected with our Indian great history. It's a land of warriors. Okay? And when I say strong people, if you're strong, if you're positive, you will certainly generate great results. Have confidence in yourself. And let me tell you, nothing is impossible. You are universe in your own form.
Yes.
Explore yourself. My best wishes once again. Thanks, Edan, for inviting me on your platform.
Yes.
And I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yes.
And best wishes to you once again.
My pleasure,
Yeah.
sir. And I
Yeah.
hope we keep doing these interactions more so that new aspirants, people who
Certainly,
keep following us,
certainly.
can gain a lot of value from it.
Yes, yes.
There were a lot of
Jai
other
to you.
questions which I wanted to ask you, sir, but we are out of time, and I'm happy that we could do this for the first time, and I hope we can do this some other day as well.
Yes.
Thank you
Yes.
very much, sir. Jain, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Jain, sir.
Bye.